Africa, and I was a warrior, hunting lion and tiger, brave like my forefather. And when the darkness gathered, we sit around a fire, telling of the bravery and courage of our great ancestors, and we chanted, surround me, food and wealth in a quantity. If I could go back to Africa, then I could be a great hunter. Running, swimming, climbing, around a fire dancing, women washing and singing. You can hear their voices echoing with the chanting. Village fell in grief, was the death of the tribal chief. The chief had a son named Mutuba, who was to take over. But then came another warrior, who claimed to be the next ruler. He tested their skills in a battle, and Mutuba was the winner.
You could imagine that is a song from the 70s in Trinidad and Tobago, that in that song was the storyline of the whole start and a large part of Black Panther. Trinidadians don't know their own culture, you know? That was the Merchant, Umbayayao, and that was Merchant singing that song. Merchant was a very prophetic guy. He actually prophesied his own demise. No, that was Maestro. But that tune, you hear the last verse? I want to play it for that. That whole scene at the start of Black Panther, where he was to become the new leader. He was tested in battle, challenged, all of that. Funny how we have so many things in common with other things. Yesterday, the Progressive Empowerment Party did a walkabout in La Joqueta, led by Shari Wilson and her team, including Lorena, and they did an amazing job. Ian Griffith coordinated, he's the campaign manager, and they did an amazing job, and I was invited to come up, and I went and I joined them in the walkabout. And I want to tell you something. La Joqueta broke my heart yesterday. To see how those people live. Today is the 4th of March, Sunday the 4th of March. To see how those people live in La Horquetta broke my heart. I mean, I don't want to battle people's living conditions. But you had to go in phase 5 and phase 4 and all the different phases. I don't know the area, learning it as I go. And I'm walking through La Horquetta in the 3rd wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere. I'm talking to people who are heirs to the richest nation in the Caribbean, Central and South America. Still. And the conditions that they're living in. I mean, the whole of Trinidad is a third world shithole. You can't get away from it. Not even the pavements and roads in Goodwood Park is world class. And I think Goodwood Park is probably the highest value properties in Trinidad now. Not even there. Not even there is first world. Not even there. An average side street in Florida, better maintained than Goodwood Park. The only thing Goodwood Park have going for it, and Val said, is that the residents upkeep their properties. But all you have to do is reach to one dilapidated property and you realize how easy it is. But La Horquetta is so decrepit. I mean, I wrote, this is what happens when you let criminals run the country. And I'm talking to people who live in these 2x4 prefab concrete huts that Eric Williams had built. The first NHA, the first step in the socialism experiment that has been the People's National Movement. I mean, it has been a socialist experiment, and if it were not actually for the fact that a large portion of the population did not buy into Eric Williams' racist bullshit, Trinidad would have been El Salvador. Trinidad would have been the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's what Eric was doing us. Eric was selling our mining rights for his daughter and his family and his friends and his finances. All them guys you hear about Johnny O'Halloran. Johnny O'Halloran, Eric Williams just swim naked in the river, you know. Them fellas in slackness, you know. Carl Hudson Phillips used to invite people to the president's house. After dinner, everybody would light cigars and piss over the balcony. This was a contemptuous little backwater banana republic, and all of these guys that had a little bit of education, they didn't come here to save Trinidad. Not one of them. And I know I used to sit behind Carl every morning in St. Mary's College in the chapel. I used to come every morning. And that reinforced in my mind, nearer to church, further from God. As a young man growing up in this country, I watched the criminal co-conspirators that defrauded and robbed everybody. And, you know, I didn't want to go down that road. But I have to, because my collar look like, you know, fixed. Because that's the taproot of where we are. All them murders in the street. All them coke baron restaurant chains that popping up in this country. Coke barons in this cocaine money from Mexico coming into this country being laundered. You know, all them fast food restaurants popping up. We can't get US in the country, but I'm getting US by the mile. How it coming? Through the bank. But all of that, and all the murder, and all the gang violence, and all that is part of the same thing. It's part of the same thing. Trinidad has never had a government. And this morning, CNC3, Sabga Media, Sabga News Network start advertising PACT, the new 1% political party, Sabga News Network. It can name who in the party, who lead in the party, who they're speaking to. Sabga News Network article on CNC3 couldn't name a name. The only names they could have named is the people who say, hey, I has nothing to do with that. Mariano Brown, brother, I knew you had more sense than that. Louis Leasing again, a next guy I respect, and I knew they couldn't be in that slackness. I would have been surprised. People like Katrin Stallmeyer, White, and them was getting into politics for themselves. So the children could write on Facebook, I come downstairs in my towel and camera in my house. That kind of bullshit. Train everybody else's hopes and dreams for your own personal sake. And we're going to call all of them to task on their track record and what they stood up for and stood against. Because there are a lot of things in this country that really, really, really need addressing. It need addressing because you can't go forward like this. And they're saying all the right words, you know. I'm watching a movie today and the man said the man is arsonist and fireman as in one. And I said, but that's the PNM. The PNM is arsonist and fireman in one. You have your AG in the parliament ramming anti-gang madness down your throat. You have the commissioner of police talking a crocus bag of shit that there should be no length of detention. It should be open-ended. What madness is that? So you want to arrest without evidence, without warrant, and you want to hold indefinitely without trial? What is this? Is this, did I wake up in a madman's version of Trinidad? Because that is him as arsonist. That's him as fireman. He's solving the problem. The gangs is the problem. The gangs is the problem. But the same freaking Marley McDonald that you fired for going in President House with Berkey Burke. Imagine the same security that I have to pass to go and see the president. That is have to know my inseam length. Let Berkey Burke in the house. This country ain't joke, mad and twist. But I want to ask Peter George Jr. if he agreed with his father, who told the nation the purpose of the middle class, his only problem, he tell Anthony Bourdain, he comfortable or he happy, the nation has been good to me. My only problem is the dwindling middle class, which we saw as a buffer between the violence and the haphazard nature of the lowest class and us up here, where the air is rare. Can I drizzle some more olive oil on what you're eating there? And I want to ask Peter George Jr., who formed a party in Chotters, but going and launch it in a panyard in Pity Valley. And I want to see if at that meeting he inviting them people from the panyard to Chotters, or Prime, or Buzo. What is? Visit me, but don't stay by me. What is? I don't care about them anymore. It's a bullshitocracy. They realize, NACTA polls, and they're telling them, but people don't want nothing to do with PNM and UNC. That party, PEP, getting all the mileage. You say, put some money behind something else. Let me make a new version of, like put old wine, new skin. The oligarchs are stupid, you know. But La Hoqueta, and I'm walking down the road in La Hoqueta, and a young man, late 20s, early 30s, screaming at me, I want to hear, it's a PNM. If they call election tomorrow, I'll vote Rowley again. And I'm watching wrong the man, you know. I'm watching wrong the man. I mean, he's literally living in shit. His life is shit. And he's boasting, as a police well paid. Don't take on police, be making good. So I want to ask him, but afraid to be out of place. Brother, if you are police and you well paid, what are you spending it on? And how come you're living in public housing? But I don't have the tools to shift him from his insanity. And he has a vote. He will watch his entire world, the shit that it is. I mean, the police service, if you go into a police station, go in the back, go and see where they live, go and see their quarters, go and see these facilities, toilet without seat, toilet that can't flush. Police have to go outside with bucket and full water by a standpipe and come back and flush the toilet after they use it. And he telling me, things nice. I can't free him. And somebody said it is impossible to free fools from the chains they revere. I could tell, John Okello Bradford told me, he said, Philip, your policy is spot on. If Trinidad had as law your policies since independence, we shame Dubai. We accept that. He said your challenge is getting from here to there where you could actually fix this country. You'll fix it. Everybody in Trinidad and Tobago know. The ones who love you, the ones who hate you, the ones who afraid you, all of them know you will fix Trinidad and Tobago. You, as Prime Minister, 5 years. We know 6 months police service clean. We know he's a no-nonsense man. You're not on bullshit. You don't own none of the oligarchs. You're not involved in anybody in the kakada and the slackness. So when you come there, you're coming to do the job. And your policies, spot on. But the challenge is getting to a place where you can actually fix things. You see, like Katrin Stallmeyer White and Peter George Jr., this policeman, naked self-interest is all he care about. He up to his waist and shit. But he don't care. If election called tomorrow, I vote Rowley again. Harriet Tubman said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew they were slaves. How do you fix a country broken by design, held in place by the victims who are also accomplices? They want to call me all kind of things. You're too white to be black, you're too black to be white, you're too brown to be green. No problem, no problem. You just cuss too much, you don't cuss enough. You just write too long, you don't write enough words. Anything you want to say. You're gay, you're sleeping with all the women in the party. You name it. A man sit down in his car to make a voice note about me driving on the shoulder. You want to, that is it. And you want to mash me down bad. That's where we are in Trinidad. In this country, Martin Luther King wouldn't get a march. In this country, Gandhi would have failed. In this country, Jesus Christ, you'd have never hear about him. In this country, in Trinidad and Tobago, you have a place where you can't tell fact from fiction anymore. They went to carjack an old man, 66 years old, going to take his car. The man papa struggle. They kill him there and go on with his car. The situation now is, brother, when they come for your shit, give them your shit. It's your turn. Give it up. Because they're going to kill you and take it anyway. And it's sad. And that jackass who says he's a police, in a country where the police service doesn't work, it cannot work. They know it cannot work. I can't count how much friends I have that is police. And they be telling me, Philip, it's mad. It is insane. You understand that our justice system is so broken. Police look at matters and have to weigh in their mind if they want to prosecute, if they want to charge, if they want to pursue and arrest that man, knowing that for the next 25 years that case could be in court. That for the next 25 years they could have to remember all the details of the case. Because some lawyer somewhere come and say, but in 1979 you said his pants was blue. Now you're saying the pants green. Which one is it? Your Honor, I call for a mistrial. This man is talking shit. Well, he can't say shit in court. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And you have to know as a police officer for 25 years. And I want to ask Robin Montano, because Robin Montano raised his head. So Robin Montano, you've raised your head, you come in the political space. Nice. And you're finally some other people speaking, because I was the only one asking since September, hey, what's going on with Maxi Coffee? I had to take all the jam from the lying politicians and the fake news media, no problem, and you join the fray. But Robin, you operate in a space that I don't. Robin, why don't you join with fellas like Wayne Sturge and Israel Khan and all the other lawyers outside there and say, hey, we need to address what's going on in the courts in this country because it is manifestly dysfunctional and broken by design. We are living in a country that is deliberately broken to the benefit of the oligarchs. There is nothing in Trinidad that works. Nothing. And I am not. They say in the blind man world, the one-eyed man is king. But I don't think this is a blind man world. I know plenty bright people. I'm not the only man. Please don't post me like it's so on my wall. Please, please, please. I think we should pass a law in Trinidad. Anytime somebody say we like it so, we should find them and rest 2 bull pistols on their back. Nobody like it so. I did a poll. Except that jackass in La Hoqueta. except he. And the people, boy, you're talking to the people, young people, old people. Some of the youth that I spoke to yesterday, so undereducated, it broke my heart. I'm thinking, what these children gonna do? And I'm talking about the children, I mean people in their 20s and things. What are they going to do? What are their options? What is for them? Suffer slavery or jail or dead? What? What's for them? What's for them? And some of the old people, the sick people, you see, somebody had put up a post of Rihanna and this footballer, number 17, what's his name again? They put up this picture of all these wealthy people, good looking people, and they put up pictures of them before they had money. And they say, you're not ugly, you're just poor. Cristiano Ronaldo. You're not ugly, you're just poor. But that's a joke. But in real life, poor people just get simple, curable sickness and dead, you know. Poor people just get simple, curable, manageable disease and lose body limbs, lose eyesight. Cataract is the major leading cause of blindness, and they have people in Trinidad waiting 7 to 10 years for cataract surgery. A country that spends $5 billion a year on healthcare. Somebody posts that a man running the emergency room begging them, his mother in the car, she can't breathe and she dying in the hospital. And the doctor say his shift is starting and the woman dead in the car. I share it on my wall. I'm waiting to see. Because the last time I shared something about the health sector, they jump out themselves and they put a release. I want to see if they'll put a release for this one too. Because you see, our health sector is just theft. It's just theft. Some highly paid people, some catch-all sufferers and theft. That's what it is. That's where the $5 billion go. Because less than $1 billion is salaries. They don't maintain anything. Nothing is maintained. You go to the hospitals, you see. Mount Hope is called Mount Hopeless for a reason. You drive into that place and you park up and you feel despair hanging in the air. You go into the hospital and if you draw a macabre lottery and get a bed in a room where the air conditioner don't work, it's like a scene out of some 60s TV show. People bringing fan to blow on their relatives. And how Jesus Christ, Mother Lakshmi, Mother Kornhus, Yahweh, Allah, who do I have to call for help? Who, the old gods, the new? Who do I have to call to help? What will it take? Look today, rainfall and nearly mash up the airport. What will it take for Trinidadians to put their own selfishness aside or their racism aside? Because right after I talked to that jackass, I ain't lying, 10 feet, I walk 10 feet, so he black, so it's stereotype. It's stereotype. If election called tomorrow voting rally, 10 feet from him, a bareback old Indian man with hair long to his waist, bareback, short pants, walking around with a bird in a cage. And I felt, if any animal ever had a tragic existence, it had to be that bird. Because I sure this man can't afford to feed that bird every day. And that bird big to fly, living in a cage. And the man watched me in the face, no, I want that. Kamala, anti-Kamala, anti-Kamala. Anti-Kamala, boy, anti-Kamala. 5 years anti-Kamala was there. How can I improve? How can I improve? 5 years. You would have seen something. They spent $60 billion. Between Manning, Kamala, Rowley, they spent $720 billion. How is La Joquita like this still? How? How the people of La Joquita? Because I talk about Mova, Beatam, Blamantel, Sea Lots. I talk about Factory Road, Mason, La Puerta, Rich Plain, Covey, and I talk about Big Yard, I talk about Scorpion, I talk about Waterhole, Harding Place, Cocorite, I talk about them back there, I talk about Enterprise. I never ever thought to mention La Hoqueta. So where else have I not seen? How $720 billion spent in 12 years? And our people living like this. What did these people spend this money on? Somebody take me and show me. I will apologize. 12 years, $720 billion. Show me. I will make a video. I swear to you. As a man of my word, I will strip naked and walk through town. I will tell you, yes, I lie. As I lie, I see it for myself what to spend the money on. Show me. Somebody tell me. Look, Manning, Kamala, Rowley. Look, the $720 billion here. Look at this. Somebody tell me. Send the list now, man. Send the list. It's $720 billion spent in 12 years. What is spent it on? People in Tobago trying to come to Trinidad. People in Trinidad trying to go to Tobago. The government steal your money. They tell you to buy a new boat, they buy an old boat. They send the boat, they buy a boat that have no toilets. How are you going to buy a ferry that have no toilets? Who was the person who went to see it that approved to spend that money? In Trinidad law, there's something called fraudulent conversion. Why the commissioner of police who want to lock up people indefinitely don't go and lock up some of these politicians? Doesn't he know his job? Or is there no law for politicians and corrupt businessmen? When Keith Rowley took that $2.5 million to pay his family member Maxi Coffee medical bill, that was theft. That is fraudulent conversion. The man took money meant for one thing and spent it on something else. He didn't have the authority. Maxi Coffee didn't have the entitlement. Where is anybody in any office of authority in this country to stand up for the freaking people? Where? Where is anybody? Where is the director of public prosecutions? Where is the chief justice? Where is his excellency the president, the chairman of the integrity commission? Where is anybody? Where's the archbishop? Oh Christ, somebody stand up now, man. Somebody say, oh shit, man. This is madness. And the people in La Hoqueta, let me tell you something. There are some people they're taking pleasure in defaming my name. Just because I do this. Just because I dare to ask, how a man say he build a restaurant a month in 10 years. 126 restaurants he built. And I know people in food business and them can't open a branch. I mean, Joe's Pizza is probably the best pizza in the Caribbean. Get your ass to open 3 branch. Bakery Treats. She is the greatest cake designer in the world. She based in Trinidad. She can't get finance to open a branch in town. She can't get finance to hire staff and train staff to teach them her craft, her art. She went France and beat the people in France who invent the friggin' thing. She is our Atto Bolan of cakes. She's our Hazley Crawford of cakes. She's our, was the man who pelted the javelin? She's him. She went in France and beat them in their art, their craft, and she can't get finance. Don's Roti Shop. Don's Roti Shop, from the moment Don's open, they have a lineup. How Don's don't have 20 branch? How come it's so easy to get finance to open bullshit restaurant selling shit and you can't find a proper roti chain in Trinidad? How come nobody doing roti delivery? We had to ask these questions. Somebody has to care enough for this country to ask these questions. Somebody have to care more than fitting in. Somebody, there must be some office holder somewhere that all of the judges know it is time for this Chief Justice to go. All of the judges know all they have to do is don't go to court. Let them amalgamated security truck circle the Hall of Justice. It's going to force the government to trigger the article, I think it's 179. He has to be fired. The Chief Justice of Trinidad and Tobago has brought the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago into international disrepute. They're laughing at him and they're laughing at we. The Guardian, not bullshit rapping Guardian in Trinidad, the real Guardian in the United Kingdom. The judges know this. Poor Carol Gobin standing by herself. The only one with the testicular fortitude to ask, hey, let's have a conversation, man. This not looking good. Where's the rest of them? The Law Association knew they had no authority. For all the stunt, they stunt. Okay, so you finished stunt. Stand down. Grind it to a halt. They've made a complete mess. The judges' appointments was madness, and all of this that is going on, and all of the speculation about the Chief Justice's personal life is too much. It's gone too far. Even if he wins the battle, he will lose the war. He is damaging the judiciary. He needs to step down or be fired. And Keith Rowley knows why he ain't doing his job yet. And the opposition, they put out today a live video with 123 people viewing. And I went and I asked every question that I could to the opposition. How could you be agreeing to the anti-gang bill when you know and have said publicly the bill failed? You created the bill. You made the bill law. You had the bill. You had it as a law for 5 years, the Anti-Gang Act. Not only has not one conviction resulted from any arrest under the Anti-Gang Act, but it cost us money because it was the anti-gang law that Anna and them used, state of emergency, lock up them people, and now we have to pay all of them. Taxpayer money. So they know, and I asked them today, how is this theater government? Your job is to do the right thing. You sworn without fear or favor, malice or ill will. What is going on? The government not working, the opposition not working, and nobody talking, the media lying. Where the hell are we? And where are we going? Where are we going? But Sabga News Network want to announce today the arrival of a new political party, Anonymous. They can't quote nobody. They can't say who they're quoting. But they're quoting them and inviting people to come out. You see, we're in a mad, mad place. We're in a mad place. Trickery and fool the people. Advantage them. They're not even trying to tell you it's rain falling on your back. It's just piss. Take that. Take that. They ain't fooling you anymore. Look piss on your back. When the commissioner of police, I want to quote him exact, yeah? I quote him exact. And I asked earlier, on a side note, this is a country famous for its food. World famous. How is it that our international airport, the first place visitors see us, encounter us, all they have to eat inside the airport is shit? How come? How come it is only oligarch bullshit inside the airport? You trying to tell me in this country they had nobody with the common sense and the decency to hold a small business space inside, not down the road, inside the airport for small businesses too, a small business food court? Because I want to tell you something. If you had a small business food court inside the airport selling roti and doubles and Chinese food, all them fried chicken restaurant closed down. All KFC, Royal Castle, Church's Chicken, all closed down. want to quote him exactly. So I'm looking for him. And you see all other people who posting on my timeline about Fian Lion and she Foot, him here. It's funny, but all they overdoing it. She have a husband and he loves she foot. It's there for you to hug up any night. Fix your own business. You have a Range Rover in your garage? If you don't have a Range Rover in your garage, you're out of place talking about Fian Lion's Foot. They have bigger things for you to give your attention to. I'm just telling you. Acting Commissioner of Police Stephen Williams says there cannot be a standard time limit for the detention of persons at police stations as each investigation differs. Now I want to show you how wrong this man is. You are not supposed to be able to arrest somebody unless you have sufficient evidence to justify the arrest. Because you want to prosecute. That is the purpose of an arrest. The purpose of an arrest is to initiate a prosecution. If you've detained somebody, stripped away their freedom, and you can't justify it, you're breaking the law. You want to use law to break the law? You want to say everybody in this country is guilty until proven innocent because you can't do your job? Because the Prime Minister and the ministers, the 3 ministers of national security don't know yet how to pick up the phone and call Donald Trump and say, listen, we agree, we accept, secure our borders, stop the cocaine, stop the inflow of foreign US dollars that being laundered in Trinidad and Tobago fast food restaurants. Stop it. We agree. Help we. Come. The 30,000 guns, the gangs that you're trying to stop, them gangs, coke money paying them. You want to stop ISIS? ISIS are running around with slingshot. Where are they getting guns into the country? How is it passing? Somebody letting it pass. But you can't investigate and prosecute that. You want to jail everybody else? What madness? In a country of 1.3 million people, you can't tell which customs officers living outside their means. You can't tell which customs officer's wife going Miami 3 times a year to shop. You can't investigate and you can't properly prosecute. So you want to just say, jail them indefinitely? Like your mad-ass Attorney General want to arrest without evidence or warrant. So he want to arrest without evidence, without warrant, and you want to hold and detain indefinitely. And there are people in this country so stupid, they're talking about Fian Lions Foot. If I was Fian Lions, I laughing at all. I'd pop my foot and take more pictures and post it. Because she living the life. We need a country where not only do we enforce the law properly from the top down. It's honey and vinegar. The people must have rights. There is something called the Miranda rights in the United States. It was amended into the Constitution that if police misread it to you, regardless of what they arrest you for, walk out the station. That you cannot be interrogated outside of the presence of your attorney. That they have to ensure that you've gotten legal advice, that if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. We live in a mad nation. We live in a crazy, crazy country. And every single day, I ask myself, what are we doing? The question that we have to ask now is this. Those 2 jackasses, Birdman and Policeman in La Joqueta, are those 2 jackasses the majority? I guess an election will show us. Because if they are the majority, we're stuck. And we're dead. We're dead. Because all they need to do to appoint somebody dictator for life is take away your right to disagree with their appointment. Understand that. That as soon as people realize, word spread, boy, you see what they do with Kern Coffee? Kern Coffee and La Romaine tell police, why not find something better to do? They lock that boy up. Any lawyer in this country that really cared about human rights and civil liberty should go and represent Kern Coffee and sue the state. Sue the state and sue until the police officers that arrested him are fired. Because they did not and should not have the right to do that. Freedom of speech, while it is not absolute, it is not bordered by foolishness and my insecurity. They say the right to yell fire is an untrammeled right, but not in a crowded theater. And I understand that, unless the theater is on fire. That's the parameters. That's the parameters. Our truth. Our truth. Syrian is spelled S-Y-R-I-A-N, Rishi. Don't let that education embarrass you. Capital S-Y-R-I-N. This man is a half Syrian. S-Y-R-I-A-N. Feel free to post your foolishness. Don't answer him, people. Do not answer him. At the end of the live video, his comments will be deleted. Like dog, just ignore him. Don't feed the trolls. But I wanted to tell him, at least, if you're going to insult somebody, learn how to spell the insult so we will know we're being insulted. Come back to the absolute fact of our situation. This country, 55 years of racial tribal voting, has facilitated not the people of Trinidad and Tobago, but the handlers and owners of the parties. Yeah? And La Hoqueta, Talparo, is how it is as a direct result of the people of Trinidad and Tobago accepting that their lot in life, despite being heirs to the wealthiest nation in the Caribbean, Central and South America, inheritors of the third wealthiest nation in the Western world, that despite that, you can do me what you want, take away my rights, piss on my back, thief my money, and I will vote for you again. That's what they want to say. That's where we are. That's where we at. That's where we are. True talk. True talk. Rishi Prasad say he's a Trini and vote for Trini only, but his profile picture is him in a foreign country. How funny is that? How absolutely hysterical. Vote for Trini only. Like, is only Afro and Indo-Trinidadian. Well, brother, I am Afro and Indo and every other race you could think of in me. So you could kiss my half-red ass because you've just been blocked. But learn to spell the words that you want to insult people with. And if your profile picture is you and your family in a foreign country, you're a freaking hypocrite. I still am. Anyway, back on point. The country that we have to save is this one. We have a responsibility to this land. None of the things that are broken are unfixable, but it starts with us. None of the people who are in power, who are in authority, who have failed to do their jobs should continue to have those jobs. If the Commissioner of Police and the Chairman of the Integrity Commission, the Director of Public Prosecutions do not hold Rowley to task for the $2.5 million that he spent on his family member Maxi Coffee, that Rowley didn't have the authority to spend and Maxi didn't have the entitlement to receive, we're in deep, dark and murky waters. That means the entire power structure of Trinidad and Tobago is a grand conspiracy, and you're in trouble. Because you're not on the table. You're not invited to eat. You're not involved. Your role is accomplice. You can't play victim. If you're still going by your abuser, if you're going by the person that abusing you, you're not a victim. You're choosing that. Good evening, Mr. Joe Paul. A gentleman I respect. He don't hold water in his mouth. He lash all away, same hard. And I'm not even in government. But you know what? If you're going to disagree with me, disagree with me on points of order. Disagree with me on policy. Don't disagree with me on my heritage. I have no control over that. That is a foolish, foolish position to take. And if you're voting based on your heritage, only for people that look like you, you're a damn ass. And that's probably why we are how we are still. And like those two clowns in La Hoqueta, who are indicative of where we are, where do we go? Are we wasting time? Are we? The greatest patriots I see are the foreign-based Trinis still, who left here, but they can't take Trini off their mind. They're in first world countries. They have all the trappings and benefits of first world countries, and they're still trying to help Trinidad and Tobago. When RG and her friends pack up barrels and send things to Trinidad because school opening, look, pencil and sharpener and ruler and pen for poor people children. You know. We have good people. Trinidadians, fundamentally good people. We need to fix this. You've said you never had a choice before. Look, you have a choice now, it's yours. You can't wait. You can't sit on your hand. You can't stand on the sideline and hope somebody else do it. You have to do it. Come here. Come 19 Stanmore Avenue and fix it. Come 19 Stanmore Avenue and build the change. You see, on Saturday, March the 10th, Saturday coming, if 5,000 people show up outside Oakland Recreation Club in Brazil, it will send a political earthquake through this country. I told the people of La Hoqueta yesterday on the walkabout. I say, I want to learn a trick. Come out, bring your family, bring your friends. Let the media say the police had to direct traffic 10,000 people outside that meeting. All of a sudden, you're going to see fellas like Rohan Sinanan and them show up in your community the day after. And bridge, and sidewalk, and drain, and pavement, and yard. Boy, do you paint your front wall, pave your driveway. Anything you need. But right now, man don't buy flowers for a woman that he could take for granted. And that's your condition. That's your condition. If you vote sure, they had to do nothing to get it. Show up outside that meeting, March 10th, next week Saturday, 6 o'clock. We come in your community. I am the person that raised the issue, and I continue to raise the issue that as long as Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley and his band of malcontents, Faris Al-Rawi, Colm Embed, Stuart Young, and the rest of the mocking pretenders in the government, as long as they continue to lie to the Speaker of the House, they bring the Speaker into disrepute, and they are using the Parliament for fraud. Maxi Coffee is not sick. Maxi Coffee is brain dead. Maxi Coffee cannot go back into the Parliament. You appointed Marlene MacDonald as a minister in the Ministry of Communication, so your family member Maxi Coffee could still draw a salary to do a job he cannot do. You son of a bitch, that is fraud. You've been paying the man for months to do a job he cannot do. That is fraud. That is theft. You are fraudulently converting the people's money. You are misappropriating public funds. Keith Christopher Rowley, you're a crook. Michael Kwamina, tell your man, tell your client he's a crook. By paying Maxi Coffee for a job Maxi Coffee cannot do, he is stealing money. He is conspiring to defraud the country. And when they do it in the Parliament, they're bringing the Speaker into disrepute. Keith Rowley, you want to sue Brian Stone for calling you a crook? I, Philip Edward Alexander, say is a blasted crook. Maxi Coffee is your family member. You appoint a known associate of a criminal gang. You say it. You appoint Marlene MacDonald as a minister in the Ministry of Communication so you could continue to pay your family member for a job he cannot do. The Speaker of the House of Representatives has a responsibility to this country to demand of the government a fit-for-work certificate or declare the seat vacant, because that is the responsibility of the Speaker of the House. And the Parliament has a duty to the people of La Hoqueta Talparo, them two jackass and the rest. And we continue to live in a country where we don't know our rights and we don't know the rules. We don't know what is what. But it is time for you to wake up and educate yourself. I do this every night. I do this every night. I put in it out there, pick it up, take it, talk to other people, talk to the taxi driver, call in on the radio stations. When the paid callers calling in to talk political party stunting bullshit and tell them, miss us with that. There is truth and there is fact, and it is inescapable that Maxi Coffee still to this day has not had a one-on-one interview with any media. So all the media broadcasting fake news, each and every one of them. And today my people, my Trini people, made me proud. Because on that CNC3 article about PACT, every other comment was y'all shame. Y'all blacking out the PEP and PHILLIP Edward Alexander. Y'all shame. Y'all have no sense of duty or sense of responsibility to the country, and they attack them and they keep attacking them. And that's what you have to do. You have to call them out. You have to call them out on their bullshit. This is your country, not theirs. This is not Keith Rowley country. This is not his alone. And somebody tell me he wrote a book called Mason Hall to Whitehall. That was a lie. He never sit in Whitehall. Everything about this man is a lie. He's a liar, and a liar is a thief. And now he's thieving money to give his family member. Because he has the responsibility to fire Maxi. Because Maxi is brain dead and will never be able to do the job. So for every single month since September 17, 2017 that he has been paid, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli has been stealing public funds nepotistically for a family member. And it is time that the people of Trinidad and Tobago said, enough of this bullshit. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago said, I will stand up for my country. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago, one people under one flag, in every situation, say, save the bullshit. Stop fooling us. Give us the truth. We here, we supposed to have factual knowledge. What is the condition of Maxi Coffee? Provide a medical certificate. The Speaker of the House has a responsibility every 6 days to call for Maxi Coffee's medical condition. But she's not doing that. So that means she's accepting word of mouth from Stuart Young or Faris or Colm or whoever they send to talk to her. And that's what you call a conspiracy. That's a grand conspiracy. But you know what we need? We need pepper to burn them. Or you need to paint this country orange. You all have to stand up as one people under one flag and say, hell no, this can't continue. It is time for fire to burn them. No more water. Election coming, it must come.
Boy, you beat your chest and smile. Say you's a madman. Another young boy fall. Your soul can't rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who just defend woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. Bad man just make his own decisions. He don't need anyone. He only needs God. He ain't no bad man, boy, nah. He ain't no bad man. So, sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. So, sit down, rock back. Big man look for a walk. You're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them.
Tell all of them in the cabinet, in the parliament, in the government, stop it now. It is time that the tail stop wagging the dog. It is time the people of this country were respected from the poorest, most humblest, worker, taxpayer, decent, law-abiding citizen in La Hocketa Power, right up to the top of Goodwood Park Hill. We all have rights. The people of this country have been let down and led astray by government after government after government. Save the bullshit, save the old talk, save the bacchanal, forget fair and lion toes. Ask these sons of bitches in the last 12 years, Manning, Kamler, Rowley, $720 billion spent on what? And I want to tell you something, we're telling you all vote them out, vote them out. We're saying vote them out. To vote them out, you have to have something to vote in. You have to come and build your party. They're blocking us on the media. You have to spread the videos. You have to take flyers, print flyers, share it to all your people. You have to stop in the grocery, stop in the gas station, stop in the market, outside the lobby, in the cinema, and tell people there is a hope and opportunity train on the tracks. The people of this country have a chance to save themselves. We could do this. It is time. Hold hands, join hands, black, white, red, green, every color in between. Let us get together, one people under one flag, and rescue Trinidad and Tobago. Well, before it's too late.
If it is that who you're voting,
fail beyond a doubt. Where we 720 billion? Where is it? Vote them out.
If it is they prove it to be only,
pull them out.
When you're voting,
vote them out.
Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about,
just as how you vote them in.
Register and vote them out. If they don't see,
vote them out.
Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power,
terminate their reign.
Let's put our country together again. Voting them in.
We vote that same magazine and it's only
As
change.
soon as they win, they give you big words
Big words.
and enslave your soul.
Shackle your mind.
Promising you roads and filling potholes. If they are the reason why the economy would sprout, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north and south, they say where you vote them in.
Vote them out.
Register and vote them out. Totally
Vote them out.
state your finger and
Vote them out.
rescue the country.
Vote them out.
Vote them out with tempo. They have me in pain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again. democracy a catastrophe if they cannot cope. And you're seeing so, then your only hope is for them to go. If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, if it is that frustration, does make you want to shout. When you're voting, before they misuse out, cheap up, sell out and mix up. If it you who vote them in, register and all of them, stick no finger and them on the system.
Them and the
Put them
system.
out in Scarborough and import a spit. Let's put our country together again. Put them out in Komuto and in Laromet. Let's put our country together again. People must come first.
Citizens by right.
None of we are worse. Yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes. Free movement and speech. A garden that grows. And one law for each. If it is that injustice is what they always show. When you're voting, if it is that avarice is all they seem to know. When you're voting, if it is their politics, it's just a puppy show. When elections day come,
All bandits must go. All of them.
register and
All.
if they don't
Empty
see,
the parliament.
stay no
41
finger
must
and
go.
show
Fire
them
all.
the seat.
From aside.
Put them out
Take
in
the
total
sycophants and the trolls with them.
state.
All the backers and the financiers. Put them on notice.
Together
A new
again.
day is about to dawn in Trinidad and Tobago. We are on an election footing. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago got the government they truly deserve. Not this madness. This is insanity. This is complete insanity. The people of this country deserve so much better. Even the trolls, the sycophants and the fools, even those two clowns, Mr. Policeman and Mr. Birdman, even they deserve better. And that is what I have to confront and resolve myself. That I have to understand that a lot of these people are bound and gagged in their minds. That they do no better, so they can't do better, and I can't judge a man for his stupidity. At some point, the conversation have to reach its highest level. At some point, we must understand that to rescue is to rescue and not to judge. So we have to do that. We have to take on even this clown who called me a Syrian, S-E-R-I-A-N, tonight. We have to stand with everybody. At some point, even those fools will realize what they had, what was coming, what we were talking about. The first adopters, the people that come on board, the members, the hard-working team that went out in Lahoketa Tal, Paro, Anri Dulal, Debeli Jaikaran, Ian Griffith, Anil, all of you, Lorena, everybody, Shari Wilson that led that whole thing, that planned it out. We were out there in numbers. Derek, Dave, thank all of you. Great job, fantastic job. I want to say, when I see people living in those conditions, it's really, it's hurt my soul, boys. Do something to me. I have to go and get myself back in a gear to take it in again. But the truth of the matter is this. We, as a political organization, Dilworth, Sarah, Giselle, Satish, Ali G, we as a team, we as a party, Sean, the team is huge. Richard, it's a big organization and it's getting bigger. And we invite people every single day, come, join us, join the party, join our ranks. Don't just come and be spoken to or spoken at. Come and be part of the speakers. Come and be part of the organization. Come and join the family. Come and join the tribe. Come and join the Orange Revolution from within. Be part of the organization itself. We need help. We need your profession. We need your skill set. We need financial assistance. We need people to say, hey, I find this is my piece of the thing. I'm going to print 1,000 flyers a month and go and give out 1,000 flyers everywhere I go. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago were woken up. They have a whole saying that you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But we have to try. We have to try because we have one shot, you know. We have one chance. We have one opportunity, and we have to do it. This Saturday, there will be no meeting in Stanmore Avenue at noon because we have our public meeting by Oakland Recreation Club. And we're going to have our open mic there, and it's videotaped and it's public. The media invited. I don't know if the media will show up because there's still a media blackout. But all of Trinidad and Tobago, this is not just for La Joqueta, Talparo. We go to every constituency, and we're going to every single constituency. We invite the whole of Trinidad to come and join us. Come out in your numbers. Come and stand in solidarity with La Joqueta, Talparo, so they could come and stand in solidarity with you. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, must start to stand together. One people under one flag. Send a message to the vampire system that we are doing this. Yeah? So until I see you all tomorrow night for Monday night, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.